Hey, what's up, everyone? Tyler X71 here on Gemmy Master Animatronics, and today you're looking at something we've shown many times on this channel. This is a different one that I recently bought off eBay. I got it for $13.75, I think. That's including shipping. I think the doll itself was $10 and shipping was like $3.75, so you really can't beat that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to fix it up and make it work exactly how it's supposed to. From the picture, I thought one of the arms was snapped, but luckily it's not. Really just the front lever's broken. That's pretty much it. And the piece already fell out of the pants. That's the piece we have to re-glue. When I was putting batteries in it, it came out of the pants, so that's helpful. Obviously the mouth doesn't work. Interesting about this one though is that mouth, as crooked as it is how it was put on from the factory. I don't know if you could really see. There you go. Like, it's just, that's how it is from the factory. So when it did work at one point, it worked like that, which is weird. So we're going to fix that up. So I'll show you what it does now. We might replace the gear in the head, depending on if I have the right size gear. It works alright for now. It doesn't move like super fast, but I don't know. The batteries I have in it probably aren't the best either. Here's what it does for now. Alright, you get the gist of it. So alright, let's open it up and start repairing them. So for this, we could get away with only taking off one of these little pins that holds the bottom of the hip bracket in. And make sure you always save these little black tab pieces, because that's what keeps the pins in. If you don't have those, then it's just going to be falling apart everywhere. So we could get away with reaching in here and just super gluing. I recommend super glue for this. Hot glue might just fall apart over time. This to right there, and then it should work great. So let's see how it goes. This is the kind of super glue I'm using to glue this piece. When you're gluing something like this, I recommend using a lot of it, because it's a lot of pressure that it's going to have to withstand from the motor and everything. So we'll see how this glue turns out. Hopefully it does not disappoint. Okay, so now what I did was, obviously I took the mouthpiece off. But I also took off the right, well, it's left of the bracket, just so I could get some glue all around it. I don't want this piece coming off whatsoever. So what I'm worried about now is fixing the mouth. You see, I don't know if, let me turn my flash on. If you could see, all that plastic in there is yellowed. That's not good. And as you can see where the wires are, a piece snapped off when I was taking the mouth off. So me getting these staples out and taking this head off may shatter the entire piece, and then I'm just, you know, I'm totally screwed. But let's hope that doesn't happen. One of my James Browns I had previously, the inside was yellow and it never snapped, but this one's like really yellow and it's already starting to shatter, as you can see. So, and we would have to take all of these staples out here, so let's try it. Hey guys, my apologies. I already repaired the mouth and I forgot that I was supposed to take a video of me doing that in the process. But I put the James Brown back together. He danced for maybe, I don't know, 15 seconds. And the glue, the super glue that I used right here, or I'm sorry, up here, snapped. It broke off again. So this glue, garbage. But I thought of something else. If you take the soldering tips off your soldering iron, because you don't want those to get damaged, the plastic will not come off. You melt the plastic together. You basically, you know, melting the plastic will make it a lot stronger than glue ever will. So what I did was I took the tip off, and I want to show you me doing this here. I just go along across right here and melt the plastic together. I don't know how well you can see me doing that, but I'm just melting the plastic together. And at least this way it only gets on the end here, which you could clean off with a Brillo pad and soap and water. But trying to get it off the tip of your soldering iron where you actually solder is just too much of a pain. So if a bracket or whatever you call this little spinny piece right here is broken on one of your hip swinging items and super glue and hot glue is not doing the trick, take your soldering iron, take the tip off like I said, and just melt the plastic together until you feel it nice and sturdy. And then on top of melting the plastic together, you're going to want to put super glue on top of it again, even though the super glue has failed us. Do it again because it's just going to give it a little bit more of durability. So, just dab it all on there. And hopefully it should be like it never broke. Alright, so we'll see how it takes place from there. And finally, the moment you all and I have been waiting for. He is done. So, 2 times I tried super gluing that piece. 1 time with hot glue and super glue and it still snapped. 3rd time you saw me melt the plastic and super glue and it worked for a bit. But at one point when it was dancing, it snapped again. So I had no choice but to take another hip swinging item similar to this. I actually took one of my Rockin' Randalls. I have numerous ones, so one of them I sacrificed to use the hip piece right here, which eventually I'll get another one for that Rockin' Randall. It'll be sitting in storage until then. Well, it's in storage anyway, but this time it'll be in a box in storage until then. So I can get this James Brown to work. This is currently my only James Brown. Now it works good. It's still, like when these came out, from the factory, it has that, it's not a defect, it's just the way it was designed, is when it dances, it favors to the left-hand side. You'll see it puts more pressure down when it dances. It'll go down faster to the left-hand side and struggles to go up to the right just a bit. That was just how they were made. And that also affects the front lever, which is the one that snapped that you saw me try to repair. The reason it kept snapping is because it puts so much pressure on that front lever that if it's not brand new, it's not going to work. So I had to sacrifice another item to make this work. The mouth was easy. I thought the head was going to shatter when I took it off because the plastic was so yellow, but it didn't, thank God. Put a new gear on there. The motor was running. I had no problem with it being locked up. And just re-glued the mouth and it works great. So that's really all I have to say about it. I tried cleaning it up as best I could. It was super dusty when I first got it. There's some nicks and scratches on the base there that you really can't do about. Other than that, I don't think this one was really used that much. I think it just sat in storage for a while and, something maybe when they were moving it, that lever broke or something. I'm not really sure. Anyway, long story short, here he is, the 2001 Gemmy James Brown. Alright, that's him. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.